Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, we're going to be talking about something very mysterious coming to GTA 5. So there's this website that's been found called blackcellphones.com. Now, in case you don't understand that reference, in GTA 5, there's actually a very mysterious cheat code that you can enter called the Black Cell Phones cheat. Now, when you do the Black Cell Phone Easter egg, what's going to happen is your phone is going to turn black, and then there's going to be a mysterious explosion that occurs above your character. And no one has really figured out, number one, why this is even a thing, or number two, what really happens outside of the phone turning, the black and white color and the explosion happen. No one really knows what actually occurs. So that's the reference for the name of the website. Now, if you go to this website, which we'll actually break down in a little bit, this is the first thing you see. It looks like it's some sort of badge with the text Skimius Verum. Now, I actually looked up what that wasn't able to find out what it is. And you can see it's very cryptic-esque. There's three different symbols. There's a alien ship at the top. There's an egg on the left. And there looks to be a jetpack on the right. And in between them, it looks like it's a sun and then a moon. And you can see in the center, there is a triangle with what looks to be some sort of like Dragon Ball Z ball. And then you have the Epsilon program logo at the bottom with a bunch of lines, dots, and slashes underneath that. Now, next to each one of the symbols, you have a bunch of numbers. I'm not sure what these are supposed to mean. They range from 20 to 53 to 69 to 78. Again, I'll leave a link to this website in the description. If you feel like you can break it down a little bit better, you certainly can. Moving on from that, we can see that there is a couple sets of numbers, 1-999-36-73767. We have the Grand Theft Auto 5 V, which you can see right there. And then what we get after that is a bunch of like cryptic symbols. It almost looks like Egyptian hieroglyphics, which is kind of interesting. So I don't even know how to go about breaking something like this down, so I'm not even going to try. However, there's two other images associated here. You have a blacklight map image of Fort Zancudo. So if you bought like the premium version of GTA 5, you got like a blacklight map that has like secrets built in if you shine a light on there. So that's what that is. And then we also see the same symbol that was on sort of the badge that we just saw a second ago, that alien ship with like the lightning emitting from it. Now, the only other thing we can see is 2 + 2. And then we get to start with two documents. So the document on the left is confidential. It has a International Affairs Agency sticker on there, so the IAA. You can see some of the classifications. There's a lot of different names that seem to be crossed out. However, the only one that isn't crossed out is an A. Thornton. And if you guys remember a couple days ago when I made a video on characters that were deleted from the GTA series, this is Alex Thornton, who was supposed to be a minor character in the Ballad of Gay Tony, although he's never seen. However, he is an IAA agent. Now, a couple of other things as well. We can actually see the crossed out names on the list, which is kind of interesting. So you can see Mr. Thornton is visible. There's also a Mrs. Jacob, I want to say, a Mrs. Daniels, which I believe is Karen Daniels, and then a Mrs. Smith. I'm not sure who that's supposed to be. You'd think you would see guys like Agent ULP on there, also Mrs. Rackman, but those names apparently are not on the list. So again, not really too sure what's going on here. The only person Miss Jacobs could be is Lucinda Jacobs, who is a spokeswoman for the IAA in 2013. Now, the only time she's mentioned in GTA 5 is in a Weasel News article following the event of Three's Companies. So after Michael, assisted by Franklin and Trevor, raided the IAA and abducted Ferdinand, who was interrogated there, Jacob announced that the entire raid was in fact a training, which is actually a cover-up. So again, she's just a spokesman, or a spokeswoman, I should say, from the IAA. So again, pretty interesting details right there. It looks like they're trying to decrypt 3 lines of those hieroglyphics. So you can see figure 1, 2, and 3. And it says, this analysis is confidential as it contains sensitive information. This report is only meant for the recipient found in P1. And you can see it's classified by someone that's crossed out. Hover Technology Systems, HRLJ 202013. And then you can see on the right side of the document, it looks like they were trying to figure out what each one of those symbols means. So they were trying to translate it to a regular alphabet, an English alphabet that, we could understand. So that's page number 1. Page number 2, pretty interesting as well. It's, again, another confidential document from the IAA, and it is dated June 13th, 2013. And this apparently is for Agent 14, but also members of gun running sales operations. And it has a couple of different things. Contents of the last shipment are secure in our laboratories. We are capable of beating the feds thanks to your speedy cooperation. More than 5 crashes have been reported since 1947. Feds have obtained crash technology. Unfortunately for everyone, this information is classified to the extent where such events did not occur. So I think what they're referring to is the very secretive alien egg event that happens in gun running when you do a certain number of sourcing missions and you then do one at a very specific time. 1A says having the USAF involved at all is a liability. We do not want to give out explanations to any other agency. Last wreckage ended up under the water after USFA shot it down on national security grounds. Crossbred between humans and lizard DNA is safe in our laboratories. We will do further research since government funding is no longer an option. We will proceed with crossed out. Additionally, we managed to tap into the saucer's controls. Figure 1, 2, and 3 have been partially decoded to what it seems like a code similar to ROT13 in basic glyph translation. The entire console message is still very difficult to translate. I am sure with some information, experts will be able to translate it. We will be able to gather more information as to why they crashed and why they were carrying a hybrid specimen with them. I encourage active, passive agents to have a look at the figures and attempt to decrypt the message contained in attachments. Then there's a number written, 0001 4742 6002 2010. And the same thing can be said. It was signed for by A. Thornton. It also has a number, 62013. That was the same one on the other page. So again, very interesting stuff right here. Now, there was a couple of other documents found as well. This looks to have been signed by Agent 14 and apparently is top secret, as you guys can see here. So this first document starts with a bunch of different symbols. Looks like a human figure, an alien figure, bunch of wavelengths and brains and stuff like that. And then the second document seems to be more of a continuation of that. The date is rather interesting here. It's August 8th, 2018, which is obviously a date that hasn't occurred yet because that's about, 7 or 8 months in the future now. Now, moving on from that, we get a photo of the inside of the IAA building, which isn't all that impressive. We also get more of those glyphs as well, a Illuminati eye. We also get a image of the Mount Chiliad mural, which you can see right here. And one of the glyphs is actually highlighted. That's the alien UFO with 1 written over it. The egg has 3 and the jetpack has 2. And after that, we can see 4 rows of colored symbols. Now, all of these can be found inside of Mount Chiliad. So these aren't particularly new. Yellow, red, green, and purple. They're very weird symbols like scales, wavelengths, brains, planets, infinity symbols, the earth, atoms, nucleuses, stuff like that. So again, pretty interesting symbol. And then at the very bottom, it says something is coming. And I want to say it has a counter for maybe how many people have visited all time, maybe how many people have visited in one day, with an alien standing next to them, and then that same symbol we saw at the top. So that right there is the entirety of the website. It is definitely pretty interesting. Again, I'll leave a link to it in the description. It is called blackcellphones.com. Now, it does not look as if this is a Rockstar created website. Now, a couple of other details that you've probably noticed about the website. The website was made using Wix.com, and the domain name was registered with GoDaddy. So we have no idea who or where this was registered from, but we do know it was registered on November 22nd, 2017. So this confirms that this was not made by Rockstar. Take-Two would have been the registrant, and they certainly wouldn't have used a website builder like Wix or GoDaddy. So what I think of the case here is this is either a fan of the Chiliad mystery thing who either made this for fun or to mess with people. But it's so well done that it's just very mysterious to me. Now, I think this website and these documents are interesting for a couple reasons. Number one is that future release date, August 8th, 2018. In case you're curious when that occurs, that's actually on a Wednesday. So I think that would have been way more interesting if it was a Tuesday. But typically Rockstar doesn't do anything on Wednesday, so probably just a random date. But also number two, it kind of dives back into the fact that maybe we're not done with the Chiliad mystery, and maybe there's still going to be something for our characters to do after the Doomsday heist. Because Rockstar did leave a lot of clues and a lot of hints that maybe this wasn't exactly the end. Is the Clifford Code still out there? Have we actually figured out the Chiliad mystery? Is this a continuation of something we're going to see in the future? I definitely think this is one of the more interesting things that has come out recently, but I also think this is incredibly cool. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments section down below. Let me know what you think this whole Black Cell Phones website is. Do you think it has anything to do with future content and online? Or do you think it's just a fan-created fake hoax, or just trying to get, the conversation started on maybe the Chiliad mystery? Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more in the comments section down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. We like daily GTA 5 videos like this. Without the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.